Podcast 6, Supporting Residents with Dementia at Mealtimes. For many residents, regardless of their level of cognitive difficulties, mealtimes have the potential to be one of the most social times of the day. Although damage to the brain due to dementia can cause a person to have difficulties with eating and drinking without support, it is possible to make small adaptations that will make a big difference. To begin with, the care team must try and find out as much as possible about the previous dining habits and preferences of a resident. For example, did the resident prefer their main meal at lunchtime, or maybe later in the day? What type of work meal did a resident usually have? Perhaps the resident routinely took a packed lunch to work, or ate in a staff canteen or cafeteria. Has a resident always preferred to take a drink with or after a meal? And what sort of drink? Tea, coffee, or a cold drink? It's also very helpful to know whether a resident was used to eating in a communal setting at all, or whether they routinely ate alone at home. A large and often noisy dining room can feel very overwhelming to a person who's lived alone for many years. Section 3 of the Avery Reconnect manual offers more information and guidance on understanding a resident's life story and is a useful resource for all staff to read. It also goes without saying that every resident should be offered the opportunity to use the toilet and wash their hands before any meal. Once the team have established the best way to support a resident to feel comfortable, the focus can then move on to the food that is offered. As well as catering for likes, dislikes and personal preferences, the culinary team in each Avery care home can easily adapt the planned menu to meet the needs of individuals. For example, residents with dementia who may have difficulty in manipulating a knife and fork can be offered the same meal as their fellow residents that has been adapted in a way to be cutlery free. This avoids residents being offered buffet-style finger foods that have traditionally been served in care homes to residents who can no longer manage cutlery. Not only does this type of food generally lack some of the essential nutritional content that a resident requires, but it serves as a clear indication that the individual is different to their fellow resident, which in itself can cause many problems. When members of the team are assisting residents at mealtimes, it is essential that they remember that for residents with dementia, the busy and often noisy dining room can easily cause a person to become anxious and overwhelmed, and all staff must be ready to offer the right level of support to that individual. Staff who are assisting a resident who needs more focused and continuous help to eat their meal must always sit down so that they avoid appearing intimidating by towering over the person. It is equally important for the member of staff to remain with the resident as they eat, rather than allowing themselves to be called away for other tasks. This makes sure that a resident with dementia doesn't lose their frame of reference and become distracted from the task in hand. Mealtimes are also an ideal opportunity for every member of the care home team to interact with residents. Mealtimes are a great place to generate discussions around topics including baking and cooking, memories of eating out, food shopping, and growing fruit and vegetables at home, all of which can help residents with dementia to remain positively engaged. Section 4 of the Avery Reconnect manual gives more detailed information about the potential benefits of creating a positive and meaningful dining experience for residents, and offers practical guidance and suggestions to help the care home team to make mealtimes meaningful for everyone.